Alright guys, just got out of the truck and we're heading in now. We're just gonna walk the top of this mountain. It goes for a couple miles and just hoping to sneak up on something. Brought a bunch of water and some camera equipment and my grunt call, and that's about it. So, and they're supposed to be in rut still, so we'll see. But hopefully we're gonna run up on a good one and get a shot on him. I don't think I've ever successfully stalked a deer on public land, but I've got real close on private land. I got all the way drawn back on 8.1 time on private land when it was raining in bow season, but never did get him. So I'm gonna try and video everything and hopefully we'll run up on a good one and get it on video at the same time. But it's hard enough to walk on one, let alone video it. I've got 4 GoPro batteries, so hopefully that'll be enough. But we'll see you whenever we see something. Alright guys, I just found this old road bed right here. And just gonna walk this road bed. It's not even on the map. And I don't think you can drive it. I think there's a dirt mound at the front of the road. So trucks can't get up in here, so it makes it very easy to walk super quiet up in here. So I'm just gonna go super slow and hopefully we'll walk up on something. We got a bunch of this stuff they can bed in, a bunch of these small pine trees up on the top of the hill, and I can also see all the way down this mountain right here. So they could either be on the top or the side, and I'll be able to see them. So hopefully there'll be one in the next couple 100 yards. Be a pretty easy drag out of here too. If I can find this road bed again from the truck, we just take that deer cart in here, load them up on the deer cart, and should be able to pull them out on this road bed if they don't run too far down the mountain. Alright guys, so we had a bunch of this fog roll in, and it's making it pretty hard to see longer distances, so I might just walk up to the top of that trail at the top, about where you can see, and sit and wait for this fog to move on. It should roll out of here pretty quick because it just come in. It wasn't like that 30 seconds ago. I've also got my grunt call with me, so if I get to a real open spot, thought about just propping up on a tree about 15 minutes and making a couple grunt calls and see if we can call one in. Alright guys, I made it about a quarter mile from the truck and started to see some deer tracks right back there, and finally found a scrape right here on the ground, and it looks like they licking these berry vines, and you can see at the bottom where they've ate all the berries at the bottom, but they still some at the top. So I think we're getting into the deer side now, so it's getting better. But we just gonna keep on walking and see if we see any other sign up here. Alright guys, I'm gonna make a couple grunts, see if we can call something in. This looks like a pretty good spot right here. Alright guys, didn't see anything at this real open spot. The first one that we grunted at. Looks like a pretty good spot, and looks like some deer funnel down in that bottom down there. But we didn't see anything, so I guess we're just gonna keep moving. But I forgot to say I wore my lucky hat today. Back when me and Noah first started filming, all I had was this orange hat. We didn't have any of our hats made yet or anything, and I just got a pen and drew that stuff on there. The morning before, I went out and shot I guess it was my first public land buck that we videoed, and I think it was my first public land buck in general. But we got it on video, and I'll leave that video in the description for y'all. It's a pretty popular video. But anyway, I just forgot to say that, so wore it today. There's not a whole lot of skill involved in this kind of hunting besides just walking slow and being quiet and making sure to look everywhere before you move on. And it's not a whole lot of work and scouting and running cameras and putting in the hours. I guess it's just more running off luck, so that's why I wore this hat today. I just thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, we're gonna keep on walking. I'm only about a quarter mile from the truck. Probably a little more than that. Hoping to get a couple miles in a day. Hopefully see a lot of deer. So we're just now getting started, so we got a long way ahead of us, and the wind's not really good. It's kind of blowing from the left side of the mountain. When you come on this side, it's blowing in my face, and then when you get to the top of the mountain and walking, that road bed has been in my face the whole time. That's about the most important thing when you're scouting or when you're stalking, is the wind being in your face and being real quiet. But we're gonna get up and keep on after it. Alright guys, we're at another decently open place, but the fog's rolled in pretty hard right now. But got to looking around, and there's a really nice trail coming around right there that you can see, and that's a pretty big mountain up there that we're about to walk up, and it looks like they're just skirting the outside of the mountain. So if we get where we're going, and on the way back to the truck, if we ain't seen anything, I might walk down that trail right there and see where it goes around the mountain. See if we see anything on that trail if we have time. But it looks like a really good trail. It's a big funnel right here on this side and the other side behind me. They just come through crossing right here. But you can see their trail. Alright guys, I sat down at the bottom of this hill, or this mountain, for a little while, and I didn't see anything. So I guess I'm gonna walk up to the top. I might spook something. I'm sure there's probably some embedded on the side of this hill when I go up, but there's not much I can really do about it, so I'm just gonna keep the GoPro on, and hopefully we'll see something, maybe get a shot at it. Maybe we won't spook it too bad. Alright guys, I just spooked a doe. Was bedded right here. And I never seen her. She's somewhere down right there. I guess she ran off. I walked all the way past her and she never moved. She might have not even seen me. The wind was blowing in my face, and then as soon as I got far enough away where that wind hit her in the nose because I was so far in front of her, I thought I heard something move over there, and I looked and didn't see anything. So I kept going, and about another 10 seconds she jumped up and ran away. But I seen her. She was really close to me. I'm almost certain it was a doe, or it might have been a very small spike, but it didn't have any antlers on it that I could see. But that's a good sign, though. I mean, they're bedded on these mountains, on the top of them at least, so we're just gonna keep on going. Alright guys, we just had that doe come through. She was bedded down right over here. I'm kind of thinking behind that fallen tree right there, and I was walking the top right up there, and I walked all the way past her. She never moved, and I got about 40, 50 feet in front of her, all the way past her, and I heard something move. While I turned around, I couldn't see anything. She was probably tucked behind that dead tree, and she eventually got up once I kept moving down and run down this hill down here. Now I don't see her anymore, but I got real close to her, and I don't know if it was a small buck or not. I didn't see any big antlers. It could have been a small spike or a doe, but I'm thinking it was a doe. But we're just gonna keep on moving along. Let's go get bedded on this hill. Buck's getting able to be down this spot, getting out of this fog, but we jumped one of them off at least. But we're gonna keep on moving. That's good that there's some deer up here. We're just gonna keep on walking the top of this mountain and try and go as slow as we can, and maybe we'll see the next one. I can get a video of it with the camera. There's a pretty good rub right there, guys. On that pine tree, I was just following this trail on the side of this ridge, and it's right next to the trail. So I'm just gonna keep on following it, see if I see anything else. Alright guys, that rub I found just a minute ago is right up there, and I kept following this trail, and there's a little rub on that tree, and then another good rub on that cedar, on that cedar tree right there, and it looks really good in here. Looks like there's gonna be some deer here, so we're gonna go real slow, try and get over there to the other side of that hill and sit down for a minute and do some calling, see if anything gets up and moves around. There's definitely a good buck in the area, so maybe once we get over the other side of this hill, sit down for a little bit, maybe he might get up. But just about every single one of these cedar trees down through here, it's got a pretty good rub on it, so I'm gonna try and make it right over there and sit down. Maybe we can call him up, maybe he's pretty close. Alright guys, it's about 1 o'clock, and hopefully these deer should be getting on their feet, kind of moving around now. The fog's kind of gone for the most part. It got pretty bad there for a little while, but it's pretty much gone now. So we're gonna get up again. I just sat at this spot where I seen all them rubs, that rub line I found. I've been sitting here for about 20 minutes. Haven't seen anything. Did a couple grunt calls. I'm gonna move on. Just be pretty quiet, and hopefully these deer should be getting on their feet by now. Start moving around. So hopefully we'll start to see some more deer here in a minute. Alright guys, I found another pretty good rub right there. It's on the other side. I was coming up. That's where I was just sitting at, down in that drainage right there. I come up and seen that rub right there. So there's some pretty good bucks up in here. They good, nice rubs. But we're just gonna keep through, or keep on going, keep creeping through here. Hopefully we'll see one of them. There's another pretty good rub right there. Alright guys, pretty much at the end of where I wanted to go today. I didn't see anything else after that one deer. Guess the conditions weren't too great. It is 60 degrees and it's been freezing for the past couple month or so. It's been 30s, 20s, and 40s. And today was the first day it was hot because of this rain, so maybe that's why they're not moving a whole lot and bedding where they normally do. But we still got our way back. I've seen some deer on the way back too. You kind of got to go a little bit quicker to try and keep up with your wind, because your wind is blowing from your back now on your way back. But it's not really possible to do that, but I try and go a little bit quicker just to get in front of that scent as much as I can. But yeah, we're gonna make our way back, and hopefully we'll see something on the way back. There's definitely a bunch of signs on the way back. I didn't see as much right here, but where I seen that deer and a couple 100 yards past that is where the most sign is. So I'll try and go a little bit quicker right here and slow up where I seen all that sign. So I'll catch you whenever we see something. Alright guys, didn't see anything coming back to the truck. Heard one blow pretty far away when I was walking back, so I'm sure it was coming up that hill, and just got wind of me. The wind was blowing pretty hard on the way back, and I just couldn't keep up with my wind. But I guess that's going to be about it for today's video. It's just something a little bit different that I don't get to do a whole lot. Normally when it rains all day long, and not a whole lot of times that it rains in the nighttime and stops by 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's done for the rest of the day. So I like doing that, stalk hunting
ain't never been successful at it, but I've gotten really close on some private land. And that one deer I seen today, I probably could have got a shot on him if I'd seen antlers at the very beginning, but I got it in my scope and I never did see any antlers, so uh, it just kept running down the hill. But if I seen a big old set of horns on him, I'd have probably got a shot off on him. Wouldn't have got it on video, so it is what it is. But y'all make sure to stay tuned. We're posting every Friday at 7 o'clock, so y'all come join us every Friday at 7 o'clock. We're gonna be posting a new video from here to about turkey season. Whenever deer season comes out, I think me and Noah's gonna try and get on them spotted bass up in these rivers where we live close to on that live scope. So, but we still got a whole lot of deer season left. We got a deer hunt trip coming up in January too. So, got a lot of videos coming out for y'all. So anyway, y'all like and subscribe, and make sure to stay tuned every Friday, 7 o'clock. So we'll see you on the next video.